Hey guys, so in this video I'll be showing you guys how to install Debian. So if you guys aren't sure of wanting to switch to a Linux operating system, you can actually do this via a virtual machine. Now this works with virtual machines like VirtualBox, which I will be doing in this video, and or VMware if you guys have the license for that. But anyways, so for this tutorial I'll be showing you guys how to install Debian. So what you want to do is obviously go to the Debian website, which is debian.org. I'll leave a link down in the description below. Hit download, and once you've downloaded this software, if it will load, it'll download automatically right here. But since I've already had it downloaded, I'm just going to cancel this. Anyways, what you want to do is install VirtualBox if you haven't already. I will not leave a tutorial for this, but it's pretty simple to install. Just go through it. If you want, you could just go to someone else's YouTube video or comment down below if I should make a video on that. And let's get into this. So once opening VirtualBox, you want to click on add, or sorry, not add, but click on new, or control N. Type in Debian or the distributor you want to look for. In this case, we're using Debian, and it'll show an icon right here. Once you already had this installed, click on this ISO image right here, click on other, and click on the ISO file that you've already had downloaded. Now from here, I'll be skipping the unattended installation, which makes it faster. Now from here, you want to be giving it some RAM for your system. I want to recommend you use at least 8, or if you have 8 gigs of RAM, you can go 6, but I've run through a lot of problems with that. For processors, you just want to give it 1, or how many processors you have, but I have 12, so make sure you just don't go over this red or this green bar, sorry. After that, click on enable FE or EFI, hit next. And then here is where you want to give your virtual hard disk a size. Now, I have a lot of storage here. I have a lot of space in my storage, so I'm not scared to give it at least, I'll give it around 50 gigs. Now, once you want to do that, you want to click on next. You want to see everything here. Make sure FE enabled is true. Click on finish. Once that is done, congratulations, you've installed your operating system. After that, you want to click on settings, advanced. You want to put shared clipboard to bidirectional for both, just in case you want to copy and paste some things from the internet. If you want to download some things, we could do so. Video memory, you just want to obviously give it a bit. Make sure it's not in the red bar right here. Go to storage, make sure Debian's installed. Audio, doesn't matter. USB, shared files, press OK. Now hit start. It's going to power up the VM. And here is the VirtualBox. You'll be prompted a screen like this. It's going to say, it's going to open up Debian installation. Just hit enter. We want the first option. It's going to install real quick. And boom, we're here. So from here, we want to obviously install our system preferences. Obviously for this tutorial, I'll be using English. I am in Australia, so we're gonna pick that. Gonna use American English for the keyboard settings, which is what I'm used to. It's just gonna take a while here. Now from here, we get to change or enter a host name for the system, but for this sake, I'll just name it to my YouTube username, which is more. And for a domain, you can add a domain, but obviously we're doing a virtual machine tutorial here, so we're just gonna skip that for now. Now from here, this is a bit of a pickle if you are familiar with sudo installations. If you want to be able to use sudo, or you want to use a root, if you don't want to use a root, you don't have to fill this out. But if you do, you can fill this out to whatever. But it'll just make installations quite harder, not harder, but more, complicated. But for now, we're just gonna skip this because we're just gonna use a normal sudo apt install. For the users, we can choose whatever you want. I'm just gonna name it JM as my initials. that, and then they will confirm if this is going to be your username. Click on continue. Now for the password, you just want to put your super secret password in, and you want to choose your closest region. I'm in the Western Australia, so I want to click on Western Australia, hit continue. Just wait for the installations again. This is going to be detecting the disks, partitioning it as well, and this shouldn't take a while. Oh, never mind. It's faster than I thought. Anyways, now this is where you partition your disks. You can use guided, use entire disk. If you're doing this on a PC and you want to switch over to a Linux permanently, this is the way to go. However, I would suggest doing some sort of partitioning because you might not like Linux all that much if you're using it to primarily playing games. But it's good that Debian has this option if you want to have a Windows drive and a Linux drive. So I'm just going to use this for the sake of the tutorial, as I am just running it on a virtual machine. We're going to be using this hard disk because that is our selected hard disk. Continue. From here, all files, we're just going to use the first one. Continue. Now it's just gonna confirm that you have all this, and you want to continue with this installation. Just hit continue. Make sure you have this. Now from here, you are asked to confirm that the ID of partition tables for the following devices are changed. So it's this one. Just click on yes. Hit continue. Now from here, you'll be asked to install a bookworm if you want to, but we're not because, tutorial. But if you want to, you can just click on yes and it'll do an extra installation for it. But we're not doing that. We're doing the fastest route for this tutorial. Hit continue. Now this is quite important here because you are going to be choosing your region, and this is where it actually installs the package manager. On your region, click on continue. Click on the URL that is closest to you. So I'm just going to pick a random one. So I'll be using mirrorlinux.org.com.au. You can add a proxy if you want. It's just like this. This is the format. Put it here. I don't have a proxy, so I'll just continue. This installation process is very highly depending on your Wi-Fi internet speed, so I will just cut the video to when it's done. Oh, speak of the devil, never mind. Anyways, once entering this part, it's going to ask you for configuring a popularity contest. This is just a survey. I will not do this because, it's probably going to get deleted after, but we're just going to hit continue. Now from here, this is the most, well, not the most important part. Obviously it kind of is, but if you want to have an interface or a desktop environment, you can choose so. There is Cinnamon, there is KDE, there is Mate, there's LXDE. Whatever tickles your boat, I'm just going to use GNOME. Now, I recommend you just choosing one for now. We can do multiple installations once we're in the Debian itself with a different tutorial. Obviously, I'm not going to teach you that here. I'm just going to teach you the fundamentals and how to install Debian 12. Now hit continue. It's going to install some more files from the internet. And again, this is all depending on your internet speed. Mine is, I wouldn't say that fast, but it is good enough. So I'll cut back once this is done installing. So upon installing the Debian, it asked if you wanted to install some things, but it just did it automatically for me. I'm not pressing anything on my keyboard, and it's just doing everything for me. So that's also something good, I guess, about Linux, is that you don't have to do much. You just have to click buttons and that's it. There you go. Now, if you are encountering some problems, maybe like it won't load or it's stuck in a loading screen or the load screen or the boot screen, all you want to do is go to settings, go to storage, and then put the controller IDE, and then click on this disk icon, click on the Debian 12 or the net ISO that you've installed, hit OK. But for me, since I've allocated more than 40 gigs, this is basically usable. I'm gonna enter in the super secret password, hit enter, and wait for it. There you go. I have successfully installed Debian. Amazing. Now it's gonna go through a lot of this typing language thing. You wanna double check. You don't have to. Just click on next. Hit next. Location, I would turn this off. Skip. There you go. Now I hope you guys do find this tutorial helpful. If you guys need any help, please do comment down below in the comment section below. And that is it for me. I hope this is truly helpful, and if you are considering installing a Linux, I sure do recommend it, as it is very, very helpful. Now, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.